but I'm gonna get back to my training.
Who was it?
Joe Egan has officially joined Carl Froch's training camp, and he's not just there to watch. The man who knows John Fury inside out is now revealing exactly how to break him down. This changes everything.
Do a fine. Good. Go twice. Last one now. 1, 2.
Carl Froch has seen through John Fury completely. He's calling him out as a bully who's all mouth, and now the time for talking is done. Froch is saying step up or shut up. Fury has nowhere left to hide, and every boxing fan knows it.
Seen him for what he is. He's a thug and he's a bully.
There's times in life, and I don't know if you'll agree with me or disagree with me, but there's times in life where sometimes you've got to stand up and be countered, and sometimes you've run your mouth, or you've said the wrong thing, or you've done something you regret, and you've actually got to stand and you've got to face it and front it and be a man and say, right, okay, I've done this, now I need to go and see the headmaster, or I need to go and see the kid that maybe I took his lunch money off him and the big brother wants me. I've got to take my licks now, I've got to stand and fight and defend myself. And John Fury's in a position where he's ran his mouth, he's given it the big one, you've come and fronted it and said, okay, here we go, you've taught the one, here I am, I'm here for you, I'm ready for you, you've taught the big one, now all you've got to do is step up to the mark. And it's embarrassing.
Eddie Hearn confirms what insiders already know. Froch has been evolving, traveling, learning new strategies. With Joe Egan now in camp sharing insider knowledge on Fury, Carl's preparation has reached a whole new level of danger for John.
Gone into other camps, kept evolving, kept learning, kept listening. You know, he has spent time in the Usyk camp. I don't think that's a secret. But I think any official announcement which hasn't been, I don't think, confirmed yet, will come from him.
Even Dominic Ingle is raising the alarm. He's not talking about tactics, he's talking about soul-searching. Because facing a trained fighter like Froch, backed by Joe Egan's camp knowledge, is not a street fight anymore. Fury needs to be honest with himself before it's too late.
I just don't think it's the right move for him. I just think he just needs to dig deep and reassess himself, because that's the only person who can turn it round.
Joe Egan is taking this personally. John Fury called himself the best traveler man on the planet, and Egan is here to prove that title is a lie. This isn't just boxing anymore. This is pride, honor, and legacy on the line. Egan wants that fight at any cost.
He said, I want to fight John Fury, because he said he's the best travel man on the planet. He's far from that, he says. He said, I don't want myself the best travel man on the planet, but I don't rate no man to beat me, he says. So listen, this is a game, what he says. I want to fight John, he says, in the ring, he says. I don't care for what, or for when, or for how. Me and John Fury to fight in that ring.
John Fury is rattled, and when a man is rattled, he gets loud. Calling Egan and Froch Labradors while crowning himself a pit bull? That's not confidence, that's panic. And Joe Egan joining Froch's camp is the exact reason why Fury is in this spin cycle right now.
Videos about me day and night, him and his boyfriend, Joe Egan. I could beat them two on a bad day. I could beat the pair of them on a bad day. Look here, run like a bitch. The big Carl Froch. They talk about John Fury left, right and centre when I'm here, in the flesh, growling, ready to rock and roll. I don't give a fuck about fighting. That's my domain. And they know that.
Does that disappoint you that you said it?
I'm an American pit bull terrier, and what are they? What are they? Labradors.
Joe Egan is offering John Fury every option: barn, boxing ring, anywhere. And yet Fury keeps dodging. Egan has called it perfectly. You cannot be wrong and strong. With Froch's team now armed with Egan's knowledge of Fury's weaknesses, the blueprint to beat Big John is already written.
The planet, because he called me a fake and a fraud, fake hard man. I will show him how much of a fake hard man I am. He's the one that's shying away from the fight.
Froch keeps coming back to the same point because it's undeniable. John Fury has been given every chance to step up, and every time he finds a new excuse. With Joe Egan now in his corner feeding Carl the exact game plan, Fury's embarrassment is only going to get deeper.
For what he is. He's He's a thug and he's a bully.
There's times in life, and I don't know if you'll agree with me or disagree with me, but there's times in life where sometimes you've got to stand up and be counted, and sometimes you've run your mouth, or you've said the wrong thing, or you've done something you regret, and you've actually got to stand and you've got to face it and front it and be a man and say, right, okay, I've done this, now I need to go and see the headmaster, or I need to go and see the kid that maybe I took his lunch money off him and the big brother wants me. I've got to take my licks now, I've got to stand and fight and defend myself. And John Fury's in a position where he's ran his mouth, he's given it the big one, you've come and fronted it and said, okay, here we go, you've talked the one, here I am, I'm here for you, I'm ready for you, you've talked the big one, now all you've got to do is step up to the mark. And it's embarrassing, really.
20 stone, big threats, big noise, but Carl Froch has knocked out world champions at Wembley in front of 80,000 fans. Joe Egan has been in wars that most men couldn't survive. John Fury threatening to fight both of them on the same night just shows how desperate he is to seem relevant.
Time's run out for you boys. I'm going to bump into you. And when I do, here's a statement. I'm going to do the two of you on the same night. You can two me. You two shithouses can try and two me. I'll batter the shit out of the two of you. But I'm telling you now, it's at your fucking peril, boys. It's at your fucking peril. And if I've got to go back to jail for you two shithouses, you fucking fugazis, fakes, I don't mind doing it. But believe me, look here, running, training, 20 stone 9 pounds.
Even Derek Chisora is done with John Fury's games. Stop headbutting young boys and face Joe Egan like a real man. The whole boxing world is pointing at the same fight, and Fury keeps running. Everyone sees it now.
John Fury, he's always defending his kids, yeah? Point number one, yeah? John Fury should fight that Irish guy. What's the other traveller guy who keeps calling him out in London? I forgot his, Joe Egan. That fight should happen. Yeah, you know, stop going around and headbutting young boys. He should fight that guy.
Eddie Hearn doesn't gamble often, but when he does, he backs a fighter. He's seen Carl Froch up close for years, knows the fire that still burns in him, and he's absolutely certain if John Fury pushes this far enough, Froch will not hesitate. That moment will be brutal and very, very one-sided.
The reason that I like that little bit of beef, right? One is because I'm not involved. And two, because Carl's not the kind of geezer who you can start saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And if I see you, because you can say that to me, I'm a wet lettuce. You can't say that to Carl Froch.
Carl Froch is drawing the most powerful comparison possible. He dismantled a world-class fighter in front of 80,000 people, someone younger than him. Now Fury, just 10 years his senior, thinks age protects him? With Joe Egan in camp sharpening every detail of the game plan, Froch is more dangerous than ever before.
I'm only 10 years younger than Big John Fury. I know he doesn't look well, does he? He looks a bit older. I don't want to give him any stick, but he looks he's 10 years older than me, 60-year-old man. I'm pressing on for 50. So, is it a fair fight? I think we both know it isn't, but he's called it on at Tottenham Hotspurs on the under.
Duke McKenzie has been around champions his whole life, and he's calling it straight. Froch still has that vicious spite inside him that made him a world beater. Age doesn't erase that. With Joe Egan's tips on how to break Fury down early, that spite could end this in the first few rounds.
Career, and everybody knows Froch is a tough guy, and if Froch turns up, even though he's an old man now, he's nearly as old as me. No, he's not. He's quite younger than me, actually. Carl Froch. I'm 63. Anyway, but you know, listen. Even Carl Froch, at the age that he is at, would still be enough for John Fury. Now,
Adam Smith refused to bet against Carl Froch. Full stop. Even years after retirement, Froch's name alone commands that kind of respect. John Fury is big and powerful, no doubt, but Froch is trained, disciplined, and now armed with Joe Egan's inside knowledge of exactly how Fury moves, thinks, and folds under pressure.
Froch is a fighter to the core, so is John Fury. Listen, it's fun, it's banter, it's entertainment. Carl said to me afterwards, hey, it's all good fun, isn't it?
If they fought, who would win?
I mean, I don't think I would go against Carl Froch ever anyway.
Okay.
In a normal fight. I mean, obviously it's a long time since he's retired, but Carl Froch is a very, very, very top
Love that
fighter.
switch up there as well.
And John Fury's a big guy, right? And he's
unbelievable.
Johnny Nelson is close to Froch, and he's hearing it from the inside. John Fury keeps inflating his price every time the fight gets close. First it was 2.5 million, now it's 5. Next week it'll be 10. Nelson believes it won't happen. But with Joe Egan publicly in Froch's camp and the pressure mounting daily, Fury is running out of excuses to hide behind a price tag.
John talked himself into a situation where what if Calais says, well, I'll give you X, Y, Z to fight Carl Froch. So I gather the last amount was 2.5 million. And I'm thinking, and Carl's like, and the thing is, I spoke to Carl last week at the Ricky thing, and he said, you know what, Johnny? He said, my man's priced himself out of it. You know, if we say, yeah, it'll be all right, give me 5 million. All right, give me 10 million. He's priced himself out of it. I like John. I get John. I like Carl. Carl's my boy. I respect him. It won't happen. It's just, I know it's bad, but it's fun watching these guys wind each other up.
Spencer Oliver put his name on if the Cobra wins. Froch at 48 is still conditioned, still dangerous, still carrying that knockout power that ended careers. And when you add Joe Egan in the training camp breaking down Fury's tendencies, his angles, his weaknesses, the Cobra doesn't just win, he dominates.
Fury, Carl Froch, who wins that one?
Difficult one to call, that. Really? You got to go with the Cobra. You got to go with the Cobra, mate.
Really?
The Cobra's dangerous. He's still in shape. 48 years of age.
John's standing over there behind you.
You got to go with John Fury. Yeah, no, it kicked off a little bit. But it wasn't only Carl Froch that he went into either, did he? He actually went into Lennox Lewis as well. He started steaming into Lennox Lewis a little bit, and I go, whoa, who wins that one?
Gareth Davies went right up to John Fury and looked him in the eye, and what he found was a man who is extremely emotional, extremely reactive, especially when it comes to his sons. Joe Egan knows this. Carl Froch knows this. That emotional trigger is exactly the weakness that a smart fighter exploits from the first bell. Get in Fury's head early, and the fight is already half won.
What John does, he's very, very, very passionate around his sons when they're fighting, and it gets something out of him. I spoke to him, right, literally face to face, and I said, well, you know, what is upset? He said, I don't want people calling me out because I'll take any man on.
Yeah.
You know the comments.
Yeah.
My guy came.
This is bigger than a boxing match. Joe Egan joining Carl Froch's training camp is a statement, a declaration that the plan to beat John Fury is already in motion. Egan knows every trick, every bluff, every weakness. Froch has the fists, the heart, and the ring IQ to execute it. John Fury has been loud. He's been threatening. He's been running his mouth across every platform, but when the real men show up trained, focused, and ready, all that noise goes silent. Every expert you just heard, Hearn, Nelson, McKenzie, Oliver, Kazora, they all point to the same result. Froch wins. So if you want to see this fight happen, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment who wins, Carl Froch or John Fury.